Hey folks, I'm going to be talking today about probably the most important connection that is not really connected up very well in Vedic astrology with Vedic astrology students, and that is the Nakshatra connections to the zodiac signs. As you can see, this chart I have right here, you could see all of the 27 nakshatras listed, and you could see their corresponding zodiac sign next to it. And this is a diagram from my book, Yoga and Vedic Astrology. And this is not only a fundamental aspect and structure of Indian astrology, of Vedic astrology, but it is also a fundamental aspect of Indian cosmology and their calendar, which folds in the spirituality of your karma and your essence and why you've incarnated here on Earth rather than somewhere else in space. And as you can see here, this diagram has the calendar-based circle or zodiac, what is often called tropical zodiac, and the nakshatra sky-based or the eternal zodiac that doesn't change. And what I'm doing here is I'm about to be teaching a course on these things. Whether you get the course or not, I'm going to be talking about this connection of the nakshatras to the zodiac signs and the need for everyone who is looking at Vedic astrology to really understand how each of the signs, we obsess and focus on the zodiac signs, is really three signs. The zodiac signs are really three signs based on each nakshatra. For example, Aries is Ashwini, Bharani, and 3 degrees of Kritikka, 3 degrees, 20 seconds. So that might seem complicated to you, but it's really not. And I have this easy course that I'm going to be showing you to teach this to you. Every planet in everyone's chart is also in a nakshatra, which exists in a sign. So you have to know how these two are connected. And it's easy and frankly, even exciting. The myths, deities, and stories. There's a whole story arc of creation that I'm going to be talking about, which starts at the very beginning of Aries in Ashwini Nakshatra and the 2 horses that come down, then Bharani Nakshatra with Yama and Yami, his sister, and then Kritikka, Agni. And then, in fact, there are 2 ways to tell this story of creation. Then Prajapati and Soma, the deer, and then Ardra, which is related to Rudra, etc., and the 3 sections of the zodiac. Again, there's also things, these 9 special nakshatras, which hold the zodiac together at these different points here, where you have Gemini becoming Cancer, Aries becoming Taurus, etc. All of these are incredibly important and intricate and delicate. But again, it also all boils down to the cosmology of 2 circles. You have the circle of the calendar and the circle of the zodiac. Once you understand these things, you're no longer confused by, frankly, other people who are confused. And there are people who have been confused about the zodiacs now for quite a while and spreading that. But you shouldn't be confused about the Vedic astrological approach. It's very simple. One circle is where we locate objects in the sky. It's called the zodiac. The other circle is a calendar, the calendar zodiac, and that's how we measure life on Earth and the seasons and all of that. These things were segregated back in the Vedas, so you'll understand all of these things when you get this course. And again, the value of the course is really just huge. 8 hours course. It'll be taught live on November 2nd and 3rd. 2024 if you're seeing this in real time, and it's not that much. In fact, it's not even $40. So I like to make these courses very affordable for anyone who wants to learn this knowledge. But again, whether you do that or not, go to this page and read over it, because I have tons of information. You can see here at the bottom of this video, it says nakshatrascourse.com. Go there and read over the things that I have on this page, because again, that's where I'm talking about what will be, happening both in the course and what the issues are and themes. Because again, you have to understand each section of each Rashi and each sign, because they're all, again, Taurus is 3 different signs. It's the part where Kritikka is at the beginning, then Rohini in the middle, and then Mrigashira between Taurus and Gemini. They're totally different aspects of the same sign. And again, it might sound, oh, that sounds so complicated. It's not that complicated. And that's why you have someone who's been doing this for more than 20 years teaching it to you. And again, it's also one of those things where it's not just like you go to the class once, then it's gone forever. You have the recordings to listen to for the rest of your life. That's how you learn. And by the way, I have to tell you, this is a great advantage we have in this lifetime now. It used to be that you would go and get a course somewhere and you either write down all of your notes and then try to remember it, or again, now we have all these things archived. You can go back and listen to it 1,000 times if you need to, and you'll see very sensibly how this works. And again, not only in the abstract, but in your chart. You have a chart and you have planets in these signs and nakshatras, but frankly, I don't have to ask. I'm sure you really have no clue how to interpret them with precision and structure and stability and to explain them in a lot of depth. And it's not to be insulting, but I know, because it's taken me decades and decades to be able to interweave these things. It doesn't mean it's going to take you that long. Again, because you have the benefit of someone like me taking you through it. So again, I invite people to go to this page where it says, again, nakshatrascourse.com. I'll put a link and look over the material, understand the concepts, because again, conceptually, it's sort of easy to understand, but again, we can get lost in the weeds. It can be confusing. This astronomy is very, it can be quite complex. We're also going to go through the major astrological texts which show you how the zodiac is lined up. Again, there's nothing confusing or complicated about any of this. It's been known for thousands of years, so there's no reason to be confused about it. And again, you'll really understand as it says here, the ontology of the tropical zodiac. Ontology means like the basis, the structure of what it is, right? It on an ontological level, the quote tropical zodiac is not even the zodiac, it's the calendar. It's like saying that our calendar is a zodiac, because the ontology, for example, of the tropical zodiac, what it's doing is it's measuring the earth going around the sun. That's what it is. It literally has nothing to do with the zodiac. We could use it as that if we want to project that into the sky, which is what it is. It's saying that spring, the first day of spring, is Aries, which is a zodiac sign in the sky. So it brings the two together and says, this is now that. Now, again, you could do that, but again, this is what I mean by ontology. Again, and you'll understand real implications of what it is to use the zodiac, like the calendar-based zodiac, as the sky. Again, so you'll understand this. This is what we'll go over first, and then I'm going to talk about every nakshatra as being part of one sign or two signs. 9 of the nakshatras are part of 2 signs, right? Kritikka, Mrigashira, Punarvasu, right? Uttar Bhadrapada, Chitra, Vishaka. They're actually part of 2 signs. And then other nakshatras exist 100% in one sign or the other. So again, we're going to break that out and also, again, talk about this story arc of creation. You'll see this story that plays out. Also, again, what it is, these Gandantha placements, which is where the water sign ends and the fire sign begins. As I said, the cosmology of the 2 circles that explain everything, not just astrologically, but cosmically. This not only gives you more peace about your place on earth, but also that how your life on earth comes from spirit. And again, we'll go over each of these nakshatras, right? Aries is Ashwini, Bharani, and first pada of Kritikka, for example, right? We'll go through each one. How is this part of Aries, Ashwini, this part Bharani? How are they different? How does this lead to that one? How does Bharani lead to Kritikka? How does Kritikka lead to Rohini? Blah, 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 blah. How do they keep building on each other and moving through creating this symmetry? So again, I invite you to check that out, to go to that webpage and get some life-changing knowledge. Again, I make it incredibly affordable. And if you're looking at astrology at all, you need to understand nakshatras better. You need to understand zodiac signs better. And this is a perfect way to do that. So anyway, I hope this was helpful, and thanks a lot.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.